All the medicine I take, I don't care how much I take, long as they get me through the day. All the drugs that I save, but the money I don't save. The nightmares I'm having, you would think I taught the Kruger Freddy. Run about me, it's time to ready. I got your bitch sucking dick in this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Two Beers with the Band. I'm your host, Chris Schramm, and today I'm sitting down with Mr. Simba. And you just heard, is it your latest release?
Yes, sir.
Numb? Okay, you just heard Numb, his latest release. And he's going to tell us a little bit about himself, what he's sipping on. And then I'm going to talk to you about this beauty right here.
I actually got to crack mine. Thanks. It's great. Got Angry Orchard. I was planning on actually getting Bud Light for today, but got what you got sometimes. But I go by the name of Simba. I'm from Baltimore. I'm 28 years old. I like to make music on my free time and play video games.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to be sipping on a Kentucky bourbon barrel cocoa porter.
Ooh,
Look at that beauty
that's
right
fancy.
there. Yeah. I've been wanting to try this one for about 2 weeks now. This is a 8% ABV Imperial Porter that has been barrel aged.
I should have figured you were into beer because of the podcast name.
Well, yeah, honestly, I'm not going to say they're my absolute favorite, but two of my favorite things to do are talk music and drink beer. So why not do those two things together?
Hell yeah.
And learn about music, learn about artists, learn about life in the music scene while drinking beer. So why not? Tell me what you like about the Angry Orchard that you're sipping on.
It's easy to go down. It's really sweet too. I never get sick from them either. Um,
Really?
yeah. Bud Light is my my go-to beer though. Um, but when I do drink those, I tend to drink more liquor. Like
Um,
I can drink Angry Orchard and chill. So
okay. All right. Well, before we get into it, I'm gonna do a quick little review on this beer. It's got almost a brown sugar aroma to it, which I did not expect. I'm getting a little bourbon barrel, a lot of brown sugar, a little sweet cocoa, and just a touch of earth.
that sounds good.
I'm fixing to get into it, man. I am very, very excited. So,
The way you
cheers.
described that, you could probably sell beer.
That beer is going to be a problem.
Strong.
It's no, it drinks like an 8% beer.
Oh,
It is delicious. It really is. It's got kind of a medium body. I'm getting the cocoa notes. I'm getting the barrel notes. But it goes down way too easy. And I am getting that little brown sugar note. A little bit more than I thought. And
and the
it does,
aftertaste?
well, yeah, right there at the very end, then just kind of disappears.
Oof.
And then on the very, very end of it, I'm getting just a little bit of the earthiness to kind of clean up the sweetness. Oh man. I might be in trouble because
Might need more
those
than two. Might need
those
more than two.
well, they came in a 4-pack, and needless to say, I have all 4 of these jewels sitting right here. So Again, this is Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Cocoa Porter. And if you are into bourbon beers and you haven't had this one, I highly suggest you go out and get it. So before I sit here and drink way too much beer and forget what I'm doing, um, can you tell us a little bit about the style of music that you create?
Okay, so as you can see, well, you can't really see, but I got a Juice WRLD hoodie on. He's my favorite rapper and mainly where I get most of my inspiration from, honestly. When it comes to like the songwriting, I just try to stay true to myself. Like for me, music's like the outlet that I have. Like it's like the therapist that I have that can't talk back to me or can't judge me or you know what I mean? Like it's just the person I have that just listens. And I just speak from the heart and speak from life experiences and always try to keep it real. I never try to make anything up or uh talk my shit as they say, like where like I'm not gonna sit about being in a Bugatti if I'm not in a Bugatti, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, you said about life experiences. So is your music only your life experiences or experiences other people have shared with you? Or maybe a combination of the two?
I'd say I'd say like a combination, but mostly my life.
Okay.
But I definitely get insight from stories I've heard and experiences other people have had around me.
Okay. How did you get into music?
I actually started it like 5 years ago just for fun. And when I made my first song was Deep In. Um that was the first song I ever recorded and it turned out really great. Everybody said like keep going, keep going. So I kept going.
Okay. Other than Juice World, who is your biggest musical influence?
I've been listening to some new generation artists like Hurricane Wisdom and Honest Ave or Honest Ave. Um, I like Polo G, NBA Youngboy, The Baby, um, Lil Peep, Lil Skies.
What genre of music do those artists create?
I'd say like when it comes to like Little Peep and Juice World and Lil Xan and all that, or Triple X Temptation, I'd say it's like a kind of like a alternative rap. It's not like regular rap. Like there's a lot of autotune in it, and it just sounds completely different from rap. And where there is lyrics and bars in the songs, but not as much as like a J. Cole song or a Lil Wayne song.
All right. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
The people around me, and honestly, what keeps me going is my son.
What kind of influence on your music does your son have?
Well, every song I make, he just loves it, and he just loves to hear it. And just seeing his face when I show him new music, it's like going on stage and doing a song you never performed before and having everybody give you a round of applause. Just a feeling you can't explain.
How old's your son?
He's 11. He just
Okay,
turned
so
11 this past October.
so he's old enough to understand good music and bad music.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Do you when do you per I guess perform in front of your son? When do you let your son hear the music? When it's completed, or is he around for the whole process of creation and
So he doesn't really live with me per se. So he isn't really around for the creation of my songs. He usually just hears the completed versions. Um, I will say though he has been there. Like he's been to the studio with me at least once. You know what I mean? But
how,
usually he doesn't participate in all that.
how do you like that? Going to the studio and seeing the process.
I love it. I'm not sure if he does though.
He probably does.
Yeah, yeah. He's just
If he
shy.
if he enjoys your music, I'm sure. I At least for me, I enjoy going to the studio. I can sit in there all day
Yeah,
and watch the process
yeah.
because
Just being in there
it,
is fun.
it's beautiful to see the way art is created. And being a huge music fan, that's just I, I'm almost like a kid when I go in the studio and see things work. Of course, I'm not doing anything but taking it all in. I'm not working. I'm not doing any of the hard stuff. So
Mm.
I definitely enjoy and like seeing the studios, the different studios, the studios in people's homes, the studios in rented buildings, the studios in warehouses, and just the way that they they can turn a space into such a creative environment. And studios to me are just awesome places.
Yeah,
Much
it's
better. I would much rather go to a studio than a basketball arena, football arena, soccer arena, anything like that. I mean, I grew
uh-huh.
up an athlete and I enjoy sports, but man, the studios, for me, the studios where it's at. What is the most unusual source of inspiration for one of your songs?
Um, I had a pet that died, and so I had these two hamsters. They were twin dwarf hamsters, and they were like the little cutest things ever. And I owned one, and my big brother owned the other, and they were twin brothers. And like they were so free and like knew us so well. Like we would take them out the cage all the time, and they would like crawl up our shirts and like tickle us and stuff, like just
Yeah.
play with us. And the way they died, on Christmas Eve one year, my godparents came over with their new dog.
Oh no. No, 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 not Christmas Eve, man. Come on.
Yeah, so we're all having a good night, and my mom goes to show my godparents our hamsters. We only had them for, I want to say, like 8 months, like not even a whole year. But um, when she went to take them out as soon as she took them out the cage, the dog just snatched them right up out of her hands and just did the whole thing. And yeah, it was gruesome. I think I was probably like 5, 6, so it was pretty traumatizing.
Oh, oh no, man. We got to roll on past that. That's childhood trauma that nobody needs to relive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh yeah, you're
I
good.
wish I wouldn't ask that question.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, I did get inspiration from that to make a song, weirdly enough.
Well, what song did you get from that?
I it's a couple actually. Like it's just like certain words I say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't really like particularly say a song. Like I just say more like it just adds into like my life experience kind of
okay.
thing where I get, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How did your upbringing influence your music?
Actually a lot. I grew up really poor. I never really uh had anything I wanted. Um, I did have video games. My dad always made sure me and my brother had video games, but besides that, like clothes were hand-me-downs, and we were always moving. Like I want to say we probably moved every like 2 years of my childhood growing up until we finally settled where I live now.
So the video games were constant, and the video games were a source of just, I guess,
And
security to you.
yeah, yeah, it's more like an escape, like because like we moved a lot, so like the video games was like I didn't have any friends, and that was my way of having fun.
Okay.
So I just got really into that, and ever since then, I just been a gamer since. Same thing with anime too. My dad got us into Dragon Ball when we were a kid.
Do you draw or do you do anything with anime?
Actually, I used to draw when I was younger. I don't know why I stopped. I used
Were
to draw
you
really good too.
okay? I was going to ask if you were any good at it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Well,
could draw like I remember I could draw SpongeBob better than my dad could.
well, do you do any sort of drawing or any kind of painting right now?
No, not really. Not really. It's hard to find the time to like honestly like I've been trying to build a gaming Instagram too, and it's like hard to like focus on the gaming and the music and life. So it's like that's what I'm really trying to juggle right now. And then my son too.
Yeah, I can see how music could be and normally is a full time job. Whenever you're not at work earning money, you're spending money on music.
Hmm.
And that's, I'm not going to say that's the beauty of an indie artist because it's not, but it's what I respect about indie artists is that they put so much time and effort into their music and they work to support the music. And that tells me a lot about indie artists, or that's one of the things about indie artists that I respect more than people who work for or sign with these labels and they make millions of dollars a year. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about them, but indie artists go out there and work to pay for the music,
Yeah.
where these other people, the music pays for everything that they do. And it just, I enjoy hearing about the true creation of music. And that's why
Mm.
I do what I do. And that's why I love this. How would you describe your music to someone who has never heard your music before?
It's funny because like a lot of people say I sound like G Herbo. So that's probably what I would say. Like if you like G Herbo, you'll like me.
Okay, well, what if I haven't heard of him? How would you describe your music to just somebody randomly on the street?
I'd say I'd say my music is uh like a I want to say like sad but happy vibe, like even though we're going through all this, like we're staying positive and we're partying when we can and having fun when we can, and but we're still staying focused.
Okay. How did you come up with the name Simba as your artist name?
My friends actually started calling me that in high school, and it just sort of stuck. And it's funny because when I started rapping, my name was just spelled like that, like the original Simba.
Yeah.
And when I put my first song out or tried to, I realized there was like 200 other people named that. So I was like, okay, I gotta switch it up. That's when I decided to put the Cash Money sign, and it was just, but it was still BA. And then there
Okay.
was one other person with that name, so then I came up with the UH, and I was like, yeah, there's no one with it spelled like that. So there we go.
All right. At the beginning of your music video, Numb, you have a statement on the screen. Warning, all the props and visuals depicted in this video are fictional and strictly for creative expression. They do not represent or promote any form of real life actions, behavior, or beliefs. Why did you put that at the beginning of that video?
Because in the video, I kind of depict like me going crazy in the video, and like that might be me in my head, but not physically. Like that's not what I do in real life, you know.
Uh, Yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
go out and put masks on and rob people. I work. I have a son and stuff like that. So
So the video represents the way you feel in your head, but the video does not represent the person that you are. So the video is simply a representation of inspiration.
yes, yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Well, what's the story behind the song Numb?
So I went through a hard breakup recently, earlier this year, and um, I just sort of kind of like started like abusing more, and but I also from that I also started focusing on my music more, and kind of like numb is just like me, like how I feel like from the breakup, like me, like it's me hiding my breakup, like the way I feel about it.
Okay, so
So
it's
I'm drinking and I'm doing all this so I don't feel like this, but in all reality, I'm like, you know,
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, we've all been there. Trust me, I've been through my fair share of breakups and gone through the heartache and just the whole thing. So yeah, I know exactly what you're going through. What are some common misconceptions people have about your music that you would like to address?
um, that what I said earlier, I sound like G Herbo. I don't feel like I sound like G Herbo. I feel like I sound like me, but of course I'm gonna say that, you know. But one thing I will say, like, I personally I feel like I am from Baltimore and like there is like a Baltimore style of rap and like a lot of people from here that do rap do that style of rap and like I feel like I don't sound like I'm from Baltimore. Like if somebody random was to hear me, they would not be able to guess that I'm from Baltimore and I like that.
What is the Baltimore Sound?
The best way you can describe it, have you ever heard of Lord Scooter?
No, not that.
What about um most famous person from here is probably like YG Tech,
Spell that.
YG space TECK.
Okay, wow. Just like it sounds. All right, I'll check him out. And so he's the
It,
Baltimore Sound,
yeah,
or the
for
or the
sure, for
best or the best representative of Baltimore Sound.
I wouldn't say the best. He's just the one that I could think of off the top of my head. But yeah, if you search him up for sure, other Baltimore rappers would pop up too.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give that a look into a little bit later on.
It's kind of like I want to say like drill. It's not drill music like Chicago drill music, but it's like our own form of that.
Okay.
So they're talking about the same kind of things like guns and money and selling drugs and all that, like they do in the Chicago songs.
Okay. Who's out there listening to your music? Who are your fans?
Um, actually, I checked my Spotify Wrapped. I got my Spotify Wrapped today, and it said my top countries are. Let me check right here. United States is number one, France is number two, United Kingdom is number three, Germany is number four, and Sweden is number five.
Well, that's interesting. How
Yeah,
many how many clicks are you getting in other countries?
I'd have to look at my app, but every time I check, um I definitely got streams in like Europe, Britain,
Has anybody
Spain, Brazil, South America.
has anybody overseas ever contacted you or just sent you a message and said, "Hey, I like your music," you know,
Yes,
just
I get messages on SoundCloud from random people from time to time. I don't know where they're from. There's also a producer that he actually sent me two beats for free. One of the songs I did is so controlled to his beats. His name is Young Nab. I met him on Instagram and got really cool with him, and he just sent me this beat and he liked how I did it, so we just continued to work and I still talk to him to this day. He sends me beat packs every week.
okay. Well, talk to us about the creative process when someone sends you your beat. How do you turn that into a song?
Um, I usually when I write, I like to be in my room, preferably by myself. Um, I don't mind if I have one or two other people with me, but like the more people I have, the less I can't focus. So I just like to be by myself, so it's like silent and I can just flow. And usually I smoke with.
Okay. Do you let the music or do you let the beat tell you what it needs? Or do you tell the beat what it's going to turn into?
I feel like the beat tells me what it needs
What are
because
tools? No, go
so
ahead.
sorry.
No.
Because I usually like I said, I usually just sit there and I'll turn the beat on that I like and I'll sit there and smoke and it'll just come to me.
Okay. What tools or instruments are essential for the creative process?
Uh my phone. Definitely. That's all I ever use really. Is my phone. I use Musi, which lets you play YouTube in the background, and I
Yeah.
just go on my notes and type on my notes like that.
Do you ever experience writer's block? And if you do, How do you deal with it?
Usually, what works for me with that is just taking a break. Just just taking a little break. Just taking a little step away. Not really like a break, but like I don't want to say like a step away from the music per se, but just taking a break from writing.
How long a break do you normally take?
Usually not long because the only reason when I have that is when I feel like I'm thinking too hard or I'm trying to think too hard, and then I'll have writer's block. So like once I step away from it, and like sometimes I'll just be working and some lyrics will pop. I won't even be hearing a beat. Some lyrics will pop into my head, and I'll be like, "Oh, that sounds kind of cool," and I'll type it down, and then later I'll reword it or whatever to a beat that I like.
Okay. How do you know when a song is complete and ready to be shared with fans or shared with your son?
Um, so before I even go to record it, like even when I have the song done and written, like I practice the song a gazillion times because like that helps me with the ad libs too. Like, cause then I'll come up with more ideas. The more times I go through the song, I'll come up with more ideas as I'm going through the song. Like, oh, this would sound nice as I'm saying this, or
So, how often do you change a song once maybe once maybe it's complete, but you haven't released it yet and you haven't shared it yet? How often do you go back and change things in that song?
honestly, honestly, not much. I've had maybe 3 songs I've had to go back and re-record and change over the years. But usually, like, it just comes out good and I like it, and the engineer is sitting there, and then I'll play it for like my roommates or my buddies that I chill with, and they like it, and then once all that happens, then I know it's ready.
Okay. How many unfinished songs do you think you have?
Unfinished right now, probably like 20 to 30 that are unfinished, and probably another like 25 that is finished but not recorded yet. And then I have maybe like 9 that's recorded and ready to go.
Do you ever go back and revisit the unfinished music?
Oh yeah, for sure, all the time. All the time.
Do you ever experiment with different genres of music?
Yes, actually. I recently just started to do that. I had somebody I met on Instagram that does rock music. Uh he sent me an open verse, and he does the all the instruments and all that himself, and he does like the screamo thing and all that, and I'm gonna try to rap on it.
Do you play any instruments?
No, not anymore. I used to, well, I was taking acoustic guitar lessons and drum lessons as a kid, but that didn't last long. Sounds bad.
Well, I took guitar lessons when I was younger, and it just life got in the way, and I wasn't doing as well as I thought I should be doing. So, like a lot of folks, I just set it in the corner and got tired of it being in the corner after so long and went in the closet and went to another closet, and it's somewhere in the house right now. So it's gathering dust somewhere. I know it's in the house. I just don't know where. But yeah, I know what you're saying with that. What are your top three favorite genres of music besides rap?
Uh, pop. I like country and rock too. Yeah.
Okay.
Really, I like all kinds of music. Just as long as it sounds good. Um,
Would you ever consider combining different genres of music in one of your songs?
oh yeah, for sure, for
Which
sure.
which two do you think would be the easiest?
Out of country and rock, or
Or country, rock, and pop?
I think I think country would definitely be the easiest. Just because of how slow the beats are, and they're already kind of doing that country rap kind of thing now.
Yeah, I've heard quite a bit of it over the last couple of years, and it just I'll tell you something that I enjoy and I don't hear as much of anymore is rap and kind of hard rock. I like that. I like that different style of music. It just hits a little different when you have
Mm,
rap and like real heavy guitars, heavy bass, heavy drums. I enjoy that. Personally, I enjoy that a little bit better than the rap and country just because maybe it's engineered and produced differently. I don't
hmm.
know. I just, if I had to pick one over the other, I would do the rock rap over the country rap. That's just me.
Right.
What is your guilty pleasure song?
What was that? I'm sorry.
What is your guilty pleasure song?
Guilty ple what do you mean by that? I'm sorry.
What is a song that you really enjoy that if you told people, "Hey man, I really like this song," they would be like, "What?"
Uh, Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
Okay, what do you like about it?
Uh, she's kind of like the same kind of vibe I was talking about earlier. She's like leaving her ex, and she's like, "Fuck you. I can buy myself flowers. I can
Okay,
take myself shopping. I can do this and that without you. I don't need you."
okay. How have you evolved as an artist since you've gotten into music?
Uh, that's actually kind of hard to describe. The best way I can describe it is by like going back and looking at the dates of my songs and listening to like one of my songs from like when I first started, like 2020 or 2021, and then listening to the songs I make today. And it's a big difference for sure. It's definitely a big difference.
Have you done any collaborations with other artists?
Well, yes, in the past when I first started rapping, yeah, I did two songs with well, I did a few songs with some of my buddies, and I did one with my little cousin that did really good. That's Good Die Young. Um, and then just recently I started collaborating with artists from other states that I met on Instagram. So I got a song that hopefully is dropping. Well, first and foremost, I have a song dropping on the 12th called Hennessy, and then I have another song hopefully dropping on the 20th called Can't Lose with somebody from Kentucky.
The 12th and 20th of December?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you write the songs that you're collabing with other artists, or did they come to you?
Uh, well, we both kind of came to each other because there's like a we like I met him in like a group chat, like one of those forums that you get into on Instagram, like with independent artists and stuff. And ever since started talking to him from the first time, we just were always cool.
What
Like I
was
have his phone number, so
what was the form that you were using?
it's called Venue.
Venue music.
Yes, sir, Venue Music.
I've interviewed a lot of artists that are associated with venue music, and I really enjoy what those guys are doing over there, and they're working hard to make that a bigger and better experience for the artists. So I think if you continue to work with them and work with their artists, you'll be impressed with the things that they're doing. There's a
Yeah, for
lot of
sure.
stuff they're working on right now that hopefully is going to be out, within the next 4 to 6 months. And
Oh
I,
yeah.
I think you guys are really going to be impressed with what they've got going. How do you
Yeah,
navigate? Go ahead.
I'm already impressed. That's all I was gonna say. I've already been impressed.
What impresses you as an artist about venue music?
Just the vibe and how friendly everybody is in there, and just the love that everybody shows. Like, uh, personally, like from like around here, all the artists around here where I live, like, yeah, I'm just talking about the independent underground artists, that are around here. Like, none of them at like they want to work with each other or at like they're cool with each other or like none of them like each other's clothes or share
So
each
there,
other's.
there's no real community in your area
Yeah,
from rap music or just music in general.
Uh, I want to say for rap music, for sure for rap music, there is a community, but the artists themselves don't really come together.
No, it's just fans and every supporters of the artist.
Yeah.
How, when you collab with another artist, how do you navigate the creative differences between you and the other artist?
When I when I make opens for other artists, I try to just like stylistically theme it for them. Like with judging from like the type of music that they make and the type of things that they talk about, I'll try to make like a kind of vibe from that with my style to it.
So when you write a song, you have a specific artist in mind that you want to collab with or you
Mm,
pitch it to.
yes, sir.
When you Have you ever had an artist come back and say that they were too busy or they weren't interested and
Nope,
just kind of left it like that?
nope,
Really?
nope. Yep.
That's that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that you've reached out and other artists are willing to jump on a song with you and make it happen. What have you learned from working with other artists?
Um, Definitely, they'll just because you're working as hard as you can doesn't mean they are. And what I mean by that is like I made a song with this one person and before and like they literally like messed up at the very end of their verse and they said they did, but they didn't want to go and re-record it. They just wanted to drop the song like that and like that was like a one of like a issue that I had to like think about because like it was just weird because like for me if I mess up on a song I'm going to re-record if I mess up anywhere like and I don't feel comfortable with it like I'm gonna go re-record it like so
So
like def
so it was your song that you're dropping. They're a feature. They mess up. and they tell you, hey, drop the song anyway?
Yeah, just drop it anyway if you like it. Like I like their verse. They just messed up at the very end. Like and they literally said that they messed up when they sent me it.
So, did you keep it the way it was, or did you just kind of cut out where they messed up?
I mean, I didn't want to see. I thought it. See that's what I meant by like a. It was like a issue. Like I had to like think about because like I wanted like half of me wanted to do that, but I'm not a I'm not a mean guy. Like I'm not a rude guy. Like, and I feel like that would be highly disrespectful. Like if I hopped on a song with somebody and they cut out any part of my part and didn't tell me, I would be pissed. So it's like, what can I do?
Well, they admitted that they messed up and they weren't willing to correct their error. So they were just kind of leaving it up to you. But it was your song, it wasn't their song. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
me personally, I would more than likely, depending on how bad it was, if it was something that I let my son listen to and he picked up on it, and he's like, oh, they messed up right here, or why'd they say that, or what happened? Everybody else is going to pick up on it, and I would probably cut it out just to save face with you and to save face with that other artist because that's their addition to your music. And if they
Right.
mess it up, it looks bad on them and you.
Right.
You know, and maybe they're not seeing it like that because they got so many other things going on. They're like, hey, I did this, run with it. I'm working over here doing these things. And they're not realizing, hey, that looks bad on me in front of his fans. And I messed up on it, but I don't have time to fix it. To be honest with you, I'd have probably asked him, hey, you messed up right here. And I understand you're busy, you got things going on, you don't want to re record it. Would you mind if I cut that off and work something else in and we both look good at the end of the day?
Right.
You know, throw the ball back on their side of the court and see what they say. And if they get
Mm.
offended by it or get upset about it, say, hey, man, just to let you know when this drops, your fans and my fans are going to hear you messing up. So,
Yeah.
we can fix it now or you can try to fix it later in an interview when you're on Two Beers with the Band with Chris Shrunk.
I
Who would
appreciate
you?
the advice. I
It,
definitely appreciate that.
it's just me
See,
thinking out loud.
I was more thinking like I was more like I was less thinking of it being like my song, 'cause like I mean like it is my idea. It's I did find the beat and I did come to him, but we collectively did like agree to making a song together. I just ended up finding the beat before him, and it was like I was more thinking of it being like I didn't mess up on my part. So like that's
Well,
all I'm really worried. Like I do care about his part sounding good, but like if he feels like his part sounds good and even though he knows he messed up and it honestly isn't that terrible of a mess up, but it's definitely noticeable. It's definitely noticeable, but it's not a terrible mess up.
well,
So it's like
whose name is it going to be released under? Yours or his?
both of ours.
Okay, if you both make an album, who's going to put it on their album? You or him? Did you do
Uh,
most of the writing on the song?
I just wrote my part and he wrote his part. I literally just did half of the song and then he did the other half.
So you both get co-writes on the song, and you both released it under your name. So you released it under your name, and he released the same song under his name.
Yeah, but well, uh, the thing that I use, I can just put his email as a collaborator on the song, and it just goes out under like it'll go out on his Spotify and all that too.
So
From my
if I look you up on Spotify, the song's going to be under your name, and if I look him up on under Spotify or on Spotify, I'm going to
it'll
find
be
that
on.
same song under his name.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, that I'm kind of getting off in the weeds with it, but if you were to make an album that made a ton of money and he made an album that made a ton of money, how would y'all split that, the royalties from that song?
It
Would
it
you,
it would be 50-50 from the for the song itself.
okay. You wouldn't happen to have that in writing, would you?
I mean, not necessarily. I use Masters. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but I use United Masters to release my music.
What is that?
It's like a distributor app for independent artists, and they the cool thing about them is they only charge you about $60 a year, and they let you keep 100% of your royalties. They don't charge you any money. Um, any of the money that you make from your music, they don't charge you.
Okay. If you were able to collaborate with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and
Juice
why?
World.
Why is that?
Um, I just felt like I could make a really good song with him, and like I said, he's like most of my I get most of my lyrical inspiration from him. I wouldn't say my inspiration as in like the song making, but like my lyrical inspiration I get from him mostly. So like I feel like I talk about similar things that he talks about. We would make a really good song together.
Can you describe a turning point in your career that took you to the next level?
When I so my buddy and his girlfriend actually broke up too this year, and earlier this year, like really early this year, and I think like back in June or the or May, he had got back with one of his exes, and she actually her family they know a lot of people in the music industry around here. So she like hooked me up with the studio I go to now, and that's the studio I recorded all the music that I've been releasing this year.
What
So it's
is
like a
what is
sorry.
what's the recording scene around there like? Like, and I mean number of studios, availability to get into a studio, producers, engineers, staff, things like that. What's the scene like around there as far as for indie artists in music?
It's definitely saturated. Definitely pretty easy to get some studio time and book some studio time around here. There's plenty of studios around here. And there's a lot of people that make music and own studios too at their home. Like there's a lot of people that don't even rap around here and have that. So like if you know the right people, you could just do that too. So it's pretty easy relatively to record around here.
What is the availability for you to showcase your music to the people? And what I mean by that are there's small venues where you can book a show, or there bars that will let you book a show, are there outdoor events that you can play at? What's the availability for you to be able to promote yourself?
I try to as much as I can, but like I said, with life and work, um, the best, the most of the time only got time to promote myself in the evening, during the weekdays, and I'm only off Saturdays and Sundays, so like the best days would be Saturday or Sunday, every week. Um, Besides that, I'd have to request off. So,
So you work a full time job and make music.
yes, sir.
So you devote, let's say, 40 hours a week to your full time job.
Yes,
How,
sir.
how many hours a week do you devote to music?
Not as much as I want to. Uh, like if you want to include posting and all that too, I'd say like about 10 hours a week. Um,
Yeah, I'll include posting anything that you do to promote music, posting, writing, recording, uh, sitting in a room just thinking, trying to focus, any time that you devote to music, or yeah, just music, selling yourself, selling your music, just how much
yeah,
time a week? You say 10 hours a week?
yeah.
All right. What is the biggest risk you have taken for music, and was it worth it?
Um, I haven't really even, I don't feel like I've taken any big risks yet. Um, Besides like just making the music in general, not knowing if people was gonna like it. My first show was definitely a big risk because it was a showcase. There was like a legendary rapper there. I had never heard of them because I'm younger, but there was like a legendary rapper there, and I was really nervous. But I ended up doing good, so it worked out. But yeah, I haven't really taken any like trips or anything like that yet.
Well, walk us through the process of the first show, from, I guess, getting on the bill to being at the venue, what you kind of went through in your head before you stepped on stage, and then the process of entertaining, and then what happened when you walked off stage. Can you just walk us through that process?
So, I met a club promoter that's from around here, that goes by the name of Profit Productions, and he's the one that got me my first show, and it was at, I believe it was at a Moe's Seafood, um, and he told me the whole deal on Instagram. He told me it's an artist showcase, pretty much just free to perform, and like if you he gave us tickets to sell, and I forget what the deal was. It was so long ago. I forget what, if you sold in like 10 tickets, you got like VIP, a VIP section in a bottle or something like that, or something. Like it was really cool. Um I didn't sell enough tickets, but I did get a couple of my friends to come with me. So that was cool. And we pre-gamed before we went at my house, so that kind of helped with my nerves. But when we got there, I definitely was really nervous, and this it was just really nerve-wracking, and but I knew I had to do it, you know. So when I went up there, I just sort of introduced myself. I still have the video actually on my phone. I sort of like kind of shyly introduced myself, like looking down and away. But like you can see in the video, like once I started rapping, like that's when I started like looking at the crowd and like pointing at the crowd and interacting, and so like I ended up doing really good. And from then on, it was up.
Have you posted that video anywhere?
Yeah, I have actually. I used to have it posted on Instagram.
Is it still on Instagram? Could I find it if I went through and look for it?
I could, well, I have it archived right now, so I could definitely unarchive it for you, or I could send you it.
Well, why don't you just repost it?
Yeah,
I think that'd be pretty cool. That I mean, you don't have to make a video. You already have one.
yeah,
And you could actually get on Instagram or TikTok or whichever one that you use most and kind of give us a little preview or kind of, what am I trying to say? Uh, Let us know you're fixing to drop something that you're pretty proud of. And for the new fans that haven't seen it, you're pretty excited for them to see it. And for your fans that have been following you since day one, hey, maybe you forgot about this, but I'm going to release something, tomorrow or Friday or Sunday or whatever. Just stay tuned and kind of see what
yeah.
happens. And then when you drop it, see what kind of feedback you get on it. I don't
Right.
know. I think
Like
it'd
a
be
flash,
pretty.
yeah, like a flashback kind of post, and like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
And then ask people, say, hey, what do you think? Comment down below. What do you think about this video? You're going to get some good feedback. You're going to get bad feedback. And honestly, I would focus, this is just me. I'd kind of focus on the bad feedback and say, okay, what did they not like about it? Is that
Right.
something I can fix in my next show? Or are they just trolling me just to be trolling me? I don't know. I don't know. That's something I would do if I
Yeah.
had if I had a show archived. I would do that. Have you ever wanted to quit music?
No, never. I don't ever see me quitting, honestly.
What would you do if you weren't doing music?
I'd game a lot more, stream a lot more. I'd probably be a streamer.
Well, talk to us about gaming. What do you, what, where can people find you on the gaming side of social media?
So I have a gaming. Well, my main Instagram is no luck underscore Simba. That's NOLUCK underscore SIMBUH. And then in the bio there, I have my gaming account. It's uplink underscore Zenji, which is UPLINK underscore ZENJI. And if you go on that page, I mainly have Call of Duty clips like um on there, like quick scoping and trick shots. I've actually been like sniping on Call of Duty since I was like 13, like every single Call of Duty. And when I had my kid, I had him really young. I'm 28 now, and my kid's 11, so I had him at 17. And right when I had him, I was in like the top number. I was in like the number 8 ranked clan for Call of Duty in the world. Like I was actually about to like start making money for playing Call of Duty. And then I had my son, and I didn't have the time to play as much anymore. So that kind of fell off. But then like years later, like I want to say back when I was like 21 or 22 is when I started getting back into it, started streaming again.
Which which one? do you enjoy more, music or gaming?
Definitely the music, but the gaming's really fun
Why do you enjoy music more than game?
because I don't vent as much as I should, and when I write music, I'm venting, and when I'm playing game, it's more like it's more like the video games, just like alcohol. Like it's just a distraction, really, just keeping my mind off everything. Whereas with the music, I'm kind of letting everything out.
Okay, so the music is actually healing you, where the gaming is just simply taking up time and just kind of a happy space, just somewhere where you go and don't think, you just react to what's in front of you and just kind of let everything else. Do you
Blur out. Yep.
do you think indie artists should have some sort of release like that? Or do you think musicians in general should have some sort of release like that where they
Oh,
can
definitely.
go do something? How does gaming help your mental health?
Um, Actually a lot because I mainly game with my buddies, and I mean, as men, we know being with our buddies is just it's
Oh
being
yeah,
with our buddies. Like,
yeah, you're gonna talk crap, you're gonna poke at each other. It's just,
mm.
yeah, yeah,
And then you had those nights where you're gaming with your buddies and you're actually talking and venting too. So,
yeah. How how would you define success in your music? What is the top of the mountain for you when it comes to your music?
um, do you mean success as in like being a successful musician, or just like success in like as in like how I want my music to be or sound?
Well, when I asked this question, well, when I first started, I expected artists to say, I want to play arenas, I want to play world tours, I want to have, 15 buses that follow me around full of
Mm.
backup singers and equipment and things like this. And
Mm.
most of the artists that I interview, they say, I want to have music pay for my current lifestyle, pay the bills. I want to be able to work on music every day and not have to worry about rent getting paid, not
Yep.
worry about being able to go to the store and buy food, not worry about, my child's daycare tuition or things like that.
Yeah.
They very few have said, I want to play arenas. I want to, sell out world tours. Most people are like, man, I want to be able to focus only on music and have that pay for a lifestyle. And I think that's really interesting. And that's why I ask you, what do you dream of playing the arenas or do you dream of having music just pay your bills?
I want to say like b both, because like I would definitely love to do big shows in arenas and stuff, but like if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, you know? Like if I'd be happy with just making enough money to live and sustain and take care of my son. Really, it's taking care of my son. If I can make enough money off of music to make sure my son is set in life and not even me, I'll be happy from just that. So,
That's a lo- it's a lofty goal and a very respectable goal. And see, I didn't expect that when I asked you. So I enjoy learning that about you and learning that about your perspective on your art. Can you talk to us about a failure in music and how you bounce back from it?
A failure, like, do you mean like when a song doesn't do as good as I expected, or like when I need to re-record a song?
I'll go with re record a song. Once you've recorded a song and you listen back to it and you say it's a failure, how do you fix that? Or what, better
Yeah,
yet, what does a song have to be to you to be able to be released?
to me, and it has to be absolutely perfect, like no mess ups, no. And that's what I mean by what I was saying earlier. Like if I mess up on any part of my song, I'm gonna go and re-record the whole thing if I have to. If I have to. Usually I don't have to. I can just re-record that part. But if I have to re-record a whole verse, I'll re-record a whole verse to make it sound perfect or make it sound like the way I want it. Um, there is a song that I have that's unreleased, that I actually had to re-record like 5 times. It's one of the songs I was talking about earlier. Um, and I had to go back, and the first time when I recorded it, I realized that the second verse was too long. It was just too long. So I had to cut the verse and then like change it up and add a different flow, and then I recorded that and it still didn't sound good. So then I experimented more and then it didn't sound good again. So what I ended up doing was I chopped the verse up, um, took back the original second half and put the hook in between the the first half of the second verse and the second half of the second verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just plopped the hook right in the middle of it and it sounded good.
Is there anyone that heard the original recording and heard the final production?
Yeah.
Or do you just keep everything tied up until you feel like it's ready to be released?
And there's some people that hears my music before it gets released. Just the people that are around me every day on a day-to-day basis.
If you let four people listen to it, two people say, "Man, it's great, release it, run with it, I love it," and two people are like, I'm not sure about it. How do you deal with that criticism or that vibe in your music?
So I do care about what people think about my music, but at the end of the day, I really primarily make my music for myself. Because it's me venting for me. So at the end of the day, if the song sounds good to me, I'm gonna release it.
Okay.
Um, and I will take any criticism, like I said. And if somebody says they don't like it, they don't like it. If I like it, I like it, you know?
Yeah,
So
well,
it's just
I mean, not everybody's going to like every song.
right,
Otherwise, it'd be a miserable world because everything would just be beautiful. And life is not beautiful, and music is life. Music's about life.
right.
Life is
No,
not perfect. Music's not perfect.
right, exactly. It's actually funny that we're talking about that because one of my buddies, he just started rapping, actually last year. He just started rapping, and on TikTok, the people on there are just a-holes. They were like giving them a lot of negative criticism, and like he was like taking it to heart, and And I was like, dude, at the end of the day, like, you made those songs because you thought they sounded good, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, there's how much people in the world? Like, if you thought something sounded good, like, there's gotta be at least somebody out there that thinks that song will sound good too. Like, there's like, like chances are you'll find somebody that'll like your song. So
Well,
just because you,
I got I get very few comments on any of my podcasts that I release. The first comment I ever received was an absolutely, I'm not going to say it was disgusting, but it aggravated me. It was a very negative comment. And I thought about it for a couple of days. I took it to heart and I thought, you know what? Hang on just a second. Let me go check this person's page out. Let me go see what they're doing. And I looked him up on everywhere I could find them on social media. And the comment that they made to me made me feel like they're out there doing the same thing I'm doing. They're out there interviewing people, talking to artists, trying to learn stuff. And when I finally found this person, they had no followers, they had no interaction on their page, and they had very little content. And I'm thinking, who are you to talk bad about what I'm doing when you have nothing to
yeah,
show for your comment?
yeah,
So it's kind of like, you know what? I'm putting you over here because you're simply a troll. You
yeah,
don't know what
and
you're tell you what, buddy. What did you not like about my show? Crickets. Okay, well, I tell you what. Why don't you interview an artist you've never talked to until you hit the record button? Let's see how that goes.
right.
Crickets.
And most of them, most
Yeah.
of those people do that for attention. They
Yeah.
just want attention.
Yeah. So, you know what? If I can't sing, I can't play, I can't do anything musically, but if I could, and I put something out there, I finally felt good about something, and I put it out there, and I received a ton of negative feedback, just me, I'd go research each and every one of those people that sent me a negative comment, and if they were producers, writers, engineers, musicians. I mean, they were people that I cared about what they had to say. Then I would listen to them. I might even hit them back, say, hey, man, what'd you not like about it? Oh, your vocals sucked. Can you help me make them better? I mean, that's the way I would approach it. But if there was somebody that said, man, your song sucked, and I go look them up and they don't make music,
Plug this up.
they
Sorry.
they draw kitty prints or something. Okay, well, your opinion doesn't matter to me. Describe the perfect day.
Off day. A day off of work.
Okay, well, what are you doing on your off day?
Um, Definitely spending time with my son, and we usually go to Dave and Buster's or Sky Zone, and then we just hit the mall afterwards. And for me, like that's it. And then if I can, after I drop them off, if I can get a session of music in, right, and then that's a good day for me. Well, the perfect day for me.
All right. What is your most useless talent?
Uh, so like the only thing I can think of is like I can like crack the bone in my finger right here. Like the bone at the very tip of my finger right here. I can crack it. But I gotta do this for it to crack.
So you can actually pop it without using your other fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I guess that would be a useless talent. Would
Uh,
you,
oh, I
does,
can do it with this hand too.
what do you want from your music?
I just want like I want to say like I don't want to say like an entourage, but like I want to say like people that like I want a group of people that are like-minded that like my music and like are just behind me. I just want people to support me.
Like super fans?
Yes.
How do you think you can create those super fans? What would that take?
I think I gotta travel.
Where would
I
you
think
Okay,
I
I
think
got a question. If you're willing to travel for your music, would you be willing to come to Nashville and perform?
oh for sure. Definitely.
Have you ever been to Nashville?
No. Nope, I haven't.
Well, we do have a huge indie scene in this city.
No, I
And
did not know that.
when I say indie, I'm talking about everything. We have several small venues that have music all the time.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. We have we have bars that have music from open to close 7 days a week. There's a ton of music in this town and a ton of music besides country music in this town.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, if I had the opportunity to do a show in any other, if I have the opportunity to do a show, I'm doing it, no matter where it is. So,
What role do you think music plays in society?
uh, uh, I personally feel like if it wasn't for music, I'd be mentally insane. So, it probably is a big part of what holds society together and what keeps us all sane.
So, music plays a huge role in your life.
Yes, sir.
What should fans feel when they hear your music?
Um, that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to let go, but don't let that hold you back. Don't ever let your pain hold you back.
So, use your pain for good.
Yes,
Try to find the positive within the negative.
yes. And try not to think about the negatives so much. Try to think about positive. Maybe if you're thinking about more positive things will happen.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind with your music?
I've never really honestly thought about that. Um, but if I was gonna say anything off the top of my head, it's just the mission that I've been saying the whole time. It's just the positivity thing.
All right. Where can fans find out more about your gaming and your music?
My Instagram, that I name dropped earlier, it's no luck underscore Simba, NOLUCK_SIMBUH. And from there, you can pretty much reach all of my other socials. Um, I do have a YouTube, um, but my all my music is listed under a topic with my name, my artist name, Cash Money Sign IMBUH. Um, and then I have my own YouTube channel, which is in the link in bio on my Instagram.
Okay. Well, normally I end all my interviews by asking, the same question. So I'm going to flip it on its head just a little bit, and I'm going to ask you, what two questions do you wish I would ask in this interview that I didn't ask? And what are the answers to those questions?
Um, you didn't ask me if I ever made money from my music, um, or how much, and I have. Altogether, I've made almost my first $100, um, from music, so that's pretty cool. Um, and the other question was the same, but in the terms of streams. I think I'm on my way to 7,000 total all-time streams right now.
Okay. All right. Well, duly noted. I need to ask about streams and money in future interviews. And you're not the first person that has answered pretty much the same way, talking about money and talking about streams. And for some reason, I keep forgetting to ask about streams, and I don't know why. I think partially because I can look at Spotify and look at YouTube and I can see those things myself. And
Yeah, yeah,
I guess I kind of feel like, well, if I can look it up and if I can see it, why do I want to waste your time and my time talking about it when I can go ahead and see it? But I'm glad you brought that up. So apparently it's something that I'm going to have to work on.
I feel like you're also just so into like learning about the process of making me like you're not really like you kind of just answered it yourself. You're not really worried about that. You're more worried about the process, and that's admirable. I like it.
Well, thank you. I am concerned more about the process and about the mindset behind music and how music's created. That is what is important to me. The number of streams, number of views, things like that. That's important to the artist and should be, but I'm a consumer. So I'm more concerned about the other parts that I can't see in the music videos, in the Instagram shorts, in the downloads on Spotify, things like that. I'm interested in what made those numbers, not the
Right,
numbers themselves.
right, right. That's more interesting, honestly. It is.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for making it to this part of the video. If you enjoyed this episode, if you'll leave me a like and a comment down below. If you didn't enjoy the episode, if you'll leave me a comment down below and let me know what you didn't like about the episode. And if anyone has any questions they wish I would ask Simba, if you'll leave those in the comments below, and I will ask him next time we sit down and we share a beer here on Two Beers with the Band. Cheers.
Cheers.
They told me that love is a drug, but I ain't caring too much. Yeah, it's just from you, my OD on it. Ain't nothing really too new. Feel like my heart fast and it's sonic. From your love or it's from the drugs, or maybe it's both. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, give me more, pour it in my cup. Now I'm going